Welcome to Mr. Giant Reacts and Ting and Ting and Ting. I'm Mr. Giant and I'm back with another reaction for all your Ting. And this one is about from Serbia. And this one is 5 things you should know about Serbia. Serbian culture, you know what I mean? I'm into history, culture, all of that good stuff and things. So let's go ahead and YouTube and simmer, see what we could learn about Serbian culture.
Welcome to my video. Today we're learning. So this is like a classroom setting we got right here. I got a ruler to enforce good classroom behavior. I imagine like teachers got to deal with Johnny at the back jerking himself off. Can't do that kind of stuff here. We're learning. Anyways, I've been learning about Serbia. Fascinating country, fascinating culture, great people. I've been learning some things about the culture. Some things just shocked me, right? Now some of the facts that I learned about the Serbian culture were so interesting that I thought I gotta share these with people because it's always interesting to learn about other people's culture, whether it's Albanian culture, Philippines, Vietnam, you get the deal. You're here, you're interested, let's get into it. Now the first fact I learned is that this map right here, the one we use in geography class, it's not the map they use in Serbia. They don't recognize Kosovo as a separate state. They think it's Serbia. Kosovo declared its independence in 2008. And the US might recognize it as a state, but Serbian people, they're like, no. If they see you with that map while you're in Serbia, they're gonna be like, come here, buddy. This map is for people with small PPs. Get you this map right here. And the map they're gonna give you is they're gonna show Serbia and Kosovo is not there, because Kosovo to them is part of Serbia. So at first I was kind of shook. I was like, what? They don't recognize Kosovo as a separate state? Because in geography class, I learned Kosovo is here, Serbia is here, Albania is here. Like, okay, I accept this. This is normal. And then I learned Serbia doesn't recognize Kosovo as a separate state. And I'm like, okay, is Serbia the only one that doesn't recognize Kosovo as a separate state? No. There's other countries that don't recognize Kosovo as a separate state, including Russia and some other countries I'll list here. So if you're in Serbia and you got the map that shows Kosovo as a separate state, don't show it to the locals. You might get chumped. I'm just kidding. I don't know how they'll react to it. Probably they'll be cool about it. They'll sit you down. They'll teach you, listen, son, this is our land. There is no Kosovo. Serbia, they're Serbians. So yeah, make sure you got the right map. You're paying attention. Good job. I don't have to use this. This actually hurts. Anyways, the next fact I learned about Serbia is that Serbian men are very tall. They're giants. I got some facts to share with you. In Japan, the average height for a male is 5 feet 7 inches. In Iran, 5'8". In Mexico, 6.5. In the US, supposedly they're tall around here. 5'9" is the average height for a male. But in Serbia, average height is 5 foot and 11 inches. 5'11", and that's the average.
That's kind of cool because I'm from a land of giants. So I'll say where I'm from, the average height is probably 6 foot, 6'1". That's what I would say. Because like in my family, my uncle, my mom's brother, he had like 10 children, right? All the boys were like between 6'7" and 6'11". And all the girls were between 5'11" and 6'1", 6'2". So we're talking about a land of giants there. I have a brother that's like 6'5". My sister is like 6'1", 6'2". My other brother is about 6'7", 6'8". And of course my son is 6'8", even though he's not Grenadian, but he's of Grenadian lineage. My dad was pretty short though. My dad was only like 5'7", 5'8". You know what I'm saying? But his father was 6'4". So Grenada is a land of very tall people, you know what I mean? Just like Serbia. We the land of the giants, baby. Nothing better than that.
That means there is above average, and there's usually a lot of people above average. That means you're going to be competing against guys that are 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", So you're going to move to Serbia, and you're like average height in the US, you're 5'11". Right, you're gonna go there, you're gonna make some friends, like they're gonna be giants probably. You're gonna be like, yo, friends, let's go out, get some girls, let's go to the club. Then you'll go out, you're gonna be the shortest guy in that group. I'd be pissed. I'd be thinking, man, in the US everybody was my height, or shorter. Now I'm dealing with these giants. Now the next fact about Serbia is about the younger people. Now in the United States, when you turn 19, 20, and especially 21, you're pushed by your parents to find your own apartment, be independent, get out of the house. You're urged to get out of the house. This is generally the case with most Americans. But in Serbia, that's not the case. Parents don't mind you staying 20, 21. At least this is what I read, 21, 22. Young people it's normal for them to stay with their parents. And when guys and girls in the United States do that, when they stay with their parents, they're considered losers. They're shamed by other people, shamed by their friends. They're like, you're still living with your parents? Oh man, that's come on man, get your act together. Now in Serbia, it's totally normal. There's no shaming, there's no stigma for a guy or girl to stay beyond 21 with their parents. It's totally okay. Their mindset is, from what I read, is that you need a good job before you move out. You can't go out like Americans and work at Target, Walmart, and work 2 jobs just to pay rent. SIT will support you. We're gonna look out for you until you're secure, which is such a good mindset to have.
Yeah, that's
this
a good
whole
mindset.
Stigma in America. I've always felt pressure when I was like 21, 22, living with my parents. I always felt so much pressure. Like, oh man, everybody is judging me. There's so much pressure for me to get out and have my own apartment. Let's face it, 20, you're a kid. 19, you're still a kid. 21, you start to get some brain. At least that was in my case. I think this is something that we should steal from
Yeah, and before he continued there, it's kind of sort of like that on the island. They don't really push you out when you hit 18. As long as you have a job and you're taking care of business and stuff, they're cool with it. I mean, sooner or later, you're going to go out on your own, but, there's not really a push. All my nephews and nieces pretty much stayed at home with their father for the longest while, you know what I mean? And same thing, when I left the country and came to America, I was still living at home in my mom's house. You know what I mean? And even when I came here and I got married, I still went and lived with my mom for 2 years in New York. And when I got divorced, when I was in the process of getting divorced, I left here and I went and I lived with my mom when she was living in Michigan. So, now in America here, in this culture, like he said, they kind of look down on you if you're still living at home at 20, 21, 22. You can't even get a girlfriend if you're still living at home because you ain't man, you ain't man enough to be out there. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what family is for. They're supposed to help you as you go through the way. Now, my son was 21 and he was living with me. And I urged him to go out on his own because he dropped out of the university and he wasn't really working or doing anything. So I had to push him out so he could grow up, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean I didn't help him, but, I had to get stern. But you're supposed to sort of nurture your kids in a way. Don't smother them, because my son's mom tried to smother him, that's for sure. Let's get back to this here.
The Serbian culture. It would help out a lot of young guys. Another fascinating thing I learned about Serbian culture is that there's not that many retirement homes there. Unlike the United States, where they just push old people into retirement homes. They're like, yo, we got to get rid of you. Just like, this is a general rule. Of course, there are exceptions, like I said. But generally, older people in the United States, they're pushed to retirement homes, nursing homes, and they just leave them alone. But in Serbia, the younger people take care of the older people. They take care of their parents. They take care of their grandpas, grandmas. This is something that surprised me. And I looked it up. I Googled how many retirement homes are in Serbia. Very few. I don't know how they do it there, how they take care of their parents, their grandparents, that they just live in their own home and they just go to their house, buy them groceries, help them out with the house stuff, or they live together. I'm not sure about that, but I know this kind of made me happy. I'm like, oh my God, this is so awesome. They don't just throw out their parents. They actually care for them when they get older. And this is like the kind of thing that I wish was here more. Of course, there's a lot of Americans that take care of their parents. I'm just talking about the general case.
Yeah.
Like, more people are pushed in nursing homes in America. More people are not. More people don't respect old people in America. They don't take care of the elderly. And I wish we would take some of that from Serbia or other cultures and, adopt it here in the United States. But that's not going to happen because the message that's sent to consumer culture is very different. The next fact about Serbia.
Okay, no, I have a few things to say here. First off, on the island, when somebody's old, even if they don't have family, the village will take care of the person. Because I remember growing up, there was a lady named Miss Chase. Man, she was old. You know, that was back in the 70s. But us kids would go to her house and say, "Hey, Miss Chase, do you need anything at the store?" So, you know, everybody was responsible to take care of that old person because we didn't have nursing homes. You know what I mean? My dad died in a nursing home, but he got really sick. He wasn't a very nice person, so he got shoved into a nursing home. I know that sounds kind of mean, but I wasn't on the island. My brother was there taking care of him and going back and forth to the nursing home. But and even I had an aunt that just died last year. She didn't go to a nursing home. My brother went and took care of her. She stayed in her own house. And then her sister was older. They both died last year, actually, at around the same time. My brother went and took care of them and made sure they were doing all right and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then people, like I said, people in the villages are doing that. Now, there could be another reason why people especially in bigger cities or more industrialized countries put their family members in nursing homes is because they're so busy trying to survive, to work. Some of them working 2-3 jobs and all of that. They don't have time really to take care of the older people because they're too busy trying to survive themselves. So because of the way the system is set up, a nursing home would be not appropriate per se, but you know, would be convenient for them. Also, it's a business. Nursing homes are businesses, you know what I'm saying? So it's a money-making thing. So nobody's, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of sad that it is that way. That's one thing. The older I get, the more I'm wanting to retire back home, you know what I mean? But let's keep going here.
Serbian culture is how they handle Christmas. In the United States, Christmas is all about gifts. You get gifts for your parents, you get gifts for your sister, brother, cousin, everybody. It's just more about gifts than getting together. Getting together is secondary. But in Serbia, Christmas is not commercial. Yeah, they get, there's still Santa Claus there, so they get gifts for the kids. But when it comes to the adults, it's not about the gift. The focus is more on getting together than exchanging gifts. Grandpa, cousin, grandma, you know, they talk about good stuff, smoke some cigars. Versus America, it's very focused on gifts. Oh yeah, and for some reason their Christmas falls on January 7th, which is very odd. I don't have that much information on that. I don't know why it falls on January 7th. I gotta read more about that. But if somebody knows, let me know in the comments. Anyway.
About Christmas, that's the one thing I had to get used to. Okay. On the island, Christmas was more of a community thing. We have a thing called parangin, where people would go from house to house eating and drinking as much as they can on Christmas morning. The family does come over, but then we end up on the beach anyway, where there's like a massive beach party type vibe atmosphere going on. You go from friend to friend and eat as much as you can and stuff like that. The gift giving thing, we bought a present for our mom. That was it. You get your mom something. We didn't get much gifts. I got books for Christmas. You know what I mean? There was a whole lot of toys and stuff like that. It could be because of the fact that there wasn't money to go around to burn, you know. Yeah, money was for more important things. But and plus back then we made our own toys, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, we made our own kites, we made our own spinning tops, we made our own little wooden cars and wheels, and so we were creative. So you know, so on the island, Christmas is more of a village thing. I remember when I first came here, one of the questions they ask people on the island around Christmas time is, where are you going? So my ex-wife is from Kentucky. So I asked her niece, where is she going? And she proceeded to tell me everything she's getting. And my ex-wife had to say, no, he's asking where you're going, not what you're getting. That was the first times I was up here for Christmas. But the whole gifts under the tree and all of that stuff, we didn't have that. You know, it's just like you go out on your party with your friends and thing, you know what I mean? Go from house to house. Everybody's, you know, even the days before Christmas, everybody's knocking back a few little bit of rum and thing, you know what I mean? That's what Christmas is. Christmas is a big party sort of there. Let's get back to the video here.
Anyways, I'll be visiting there in the next couple of months. So if you want to see some vlogging videos, some travel story videos, subscribe. If not, if you enjoy these kind
All right, man. Thank you all for watching this with me. If there is more things about the Serbian culture that he didn't mention, hit me up in the comment section. Tell me what kind of vibes you are going on there, what kind of festivals you all have, you know. Do you guys have like parades in the streets and stuff like that on a regular basis for certain seasons, certain religious occasions and stuff like that? Hit me up in the comment section. And if you like this reaction, drop a like on the video. Also share the video, you know, that will help my stuff get out there, you know, and get more people into this community of peace and love. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave videos that you could watch here in the cards at the end in there. You know, go check out the next video up, or I'll also leave another bubble, I do believe, that's got a playlist of all the Serbian reaction that I do. Go ahead and check that out. You know, like I said, share it with your friends, and y'all take care of each other. All right, cool runnings.